Hello, everyone. Good morning. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 1B. Myself, Ayush Garg, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 8th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, Jaipur, India. The 8th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event is organized today in Jaipur, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 8th and 9th December 2023. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answer. On 7th minute, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remark. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce you all to the chair of this session. Dr. Monica Rathod, currently associated with Triple IM as Associate Professor, over 15 years of MCA teaching experience, Research Supervisor at Rajasthan Technical University, Kota. Currently, 6 students are pursuing PhD in computer science under her supervision. More than 20 research papers have been published in reputed journals. I welcome you, ma'am. Moving forward, let's move towards the first paper. I would like to call Aisha Muni Sheikh to present her paper on an energy-centric routing protocol for IoT network in 5G and beyond. You may please start your presentation. Moving forward, I would like to call Vanishri Prabhakar to present her paper on an IoT wearable devices for women's safety.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah. Is my screen also visible? I just wanted to
Yes,
confirm so that
ma'am.
I can. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. A very good morning to one and all present here. The topic of my presentation is IoT wearable device for women's safety. Myself, Dr. Vanishri. My co-author is Dr. Ruby. We are from Symbiosis International Deemed University. The layout of the presentation is this way: introduction, prelude to the topic, which will be just one slide, literature, methods, conclusion, and followed by references. So when we talk about IoT-enabled device or IoT-enabled technology, we are talking about everything and anything that we are using in our day-to-day lives. For example, we talk about a smart band, or let's say a BP machine that is monitoring, or the smart TV, or the smart car, or Alexa device, etc. So everything and
Moving forward, now I would like to call PK Mohammed Surman to present his paper on application of deep learning in detection and classification. You may please start your presentation.
Hello, is it audible?
Yes,
Uh, yeah, I need to share my screen. Like, you have to turn it off. Like, can you see my screen?
yes.
Okay. So, Hello, fellow authors and panel members. My name is PK Mohammed Sauran, and I'll be presenting today on the paper titled Application of Deep Learning in Detection and Classification. My co-authors include Vivek Ranjan, Arindin Pinto, Yashraj Verma, Pratik Bopuri, and two of my teachers, Mrs. Meera Devi and Mrs. Soumya BJ. So before we get one second. So before we get into the application of deep learning in detection and classification, we need to understand what is deep learning. So deep learning is a class of ML which involves the usage of neural networks for its purposes. So this is what I said. It's highly used for detection and classification and images and videos, and it highly advances your artificial intelligence. So instead of using like normal supervised learning algorithms like KNN or even SVM, neural networks will help you immensely because you reduce the time because the learning gets divided. And yeah. And this deep learning has expanded its legs into various fields like self-driving cars, medical imaging, and security systems. Yeah. So the abstract of my paper is how ML and CSV form a good marriage, and which would improve the versatility of the AI models in various fields such as facial recognition, sign language detection, and even other classification methods. I have used the flower classification, but we can use other classification as well. Okay, so here we use sign language, face recognition, and flower recognition. So I've done some literature survey. So most of the literature survey tells us how important sign language and ML play a role in our life. Like lot of the sign language, lot of the deaf students face a lot of trouble. So if we could make some possible advancement in this field, we could improve their lifestyle. So all of the three models use different sorts of CNNs, but the base remains the same. So what happens here is we send our image into a convolution neural network. This neural network has a bunch of filters, and each filter is used to recognize a particular feature. It could be its size, beak, whatever. So after recognizing its features, we have to reduce the whole scale of the image. This is a pooling map. And again, we again send it to a convolutional layer to recognize feature and so on. We can add multiple convolutional layers, but the basic one just contains two convolutional layers, two pooling. And after that, we flatten those layers and create a densely connected layers. Yeah, so the data set for the facial recognition, we use a bunch of our own photos and a bunch of celebrity photos of different ethnicities, ages, and so on. And even the lighting condition has been changed to fix this limitation problem. For the sign recognition model, we use three classes, ABC, just for convenience, each of 300 images. And for the flower recognition, these are the 5 classes. Yeah. So the results of the facial recognition model. As you can see, giving the sample input of Virat Kohli, we can get a pretty good, like it's 99% accurate because of the really structured architecture of CNN we have used. And this is my friend Pratik. This is his own face and a bounding box surrounding him saying his name because he gave his own image as a training sample. And this is a sign language. For this, I've used transfer learning. So I've used Google Teachable Machine and done the entire code in JavaScript. So I can just get the possible like probability confidence values. So this is A, B, and C. I know the images are not the clearest, but you can make out like at B, C, you can see something. And the flower recognition model, like this is the accuracy. So as the epochs go for 20, you can see the accuracy increases and the loss reduces. Yeah, the obvious limitation is that not all images can be the same. Like your orientation can be different, your like lighting can be different. To tackle all this, one thing is to populate the database data set with all sorts of permutation and combination, which is definitely not the most ideal thing. So what one thing we can do, within create a pre-processing function. This pre-processing function does random cropping, gives opacity, increases the brightness, all sorts of stuff. Or one other thing which we could do is a feedback mechanism. Like if there's a wrong input, give the feedback back to the model, tell it the wrong answer, and learn from its mistake. Yeah. So the conclusion of my paper is that deep learning can be used not only in this thing, facial recognition, in image classification technologies. It can even be extended into NLP, medical tech, etc. In NLP, too, you can use in medical surveying, news summarization, and stuff. And even we get pretty good accuracy if we use a constructed convolutional neural network. It may not even be just a convolutional neural network. It could be ResNet. You can have RCNN and furthermore mobile net CNN to increase your accuracy. So the facial recognition system is like currently also is being used in this thing, your phones and even attendance systems and things. This all tells us how AI's potential in our future. Like it has revolutionized. There's no need for the future tense in this. Yeah. And obviously, sign language recognition is still very, like, it's still not the best, like what we have, even the current technologies, but this model provides pretty decent answers for what we give. So yeah, these are my references, and I would like to end my presentation. Thank you.
I would request session chair to begin the question answer session as we have allotted next 2 minutes for that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ayush. And it's what's very nice presentation. And from my side, I have no question. Move further for the next presentation.
Yeah. Okay, stop share. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving forward, now I would like to call Dipanvita Chakrabarti to present her paper on determining the impact of ICT-based promotional initiatives on the effectiveness of e-business using structural equation model. You may please start your presentation.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Just give me 1 minute. So good morning to all. Today my topic is determining the impact of ICT-based promotional initiatives on the effectiveness of e-business using structural equation modeling. I have three co-authors, Professor Shomukanti Dhara, Professor Arunangshu Giri, and Professor Odrinil Shatra. And all of us, we are from Hulya Institute of Technology. I am presenting the paper today. Actually, post-globalization era, the electronic business is booming up. People are preferring e-shopping for several reasons, especially for place and time utility. So business organizations, they're also adopting the ICT for developing their business and actually for aiming a higher base of consumers, because they can, there is no geographical limitation of their store, so it is very much evident that they can reach to a higher base of higher number of consumers. And it helps them to analyze the purchase intentions of the customers along with their taste and preferences. And accordingly, they design their promotional campaigns. I mean, the business sector, they design their promotional campaigns so that they can reach and they can read the mind and intentions of the consumers. So we have validated our study with some literature. I'm showing only two over here. So this was a study where it has been focused that integration of ICT with promotional activities in international markets, comprising exported companies of Turkey, it has revealed that ICT-based promotional activities, that it has a strong and significant relationship, positive relationship over the brand advantage and the low-cost advantage. The another study was done. This was done for based on these SMEs markets, and the SMS market capabilities was judged through adopting of ICT, and the industry was fashion industry of Indonesia. So this was our hypothesized research model, where we are considering mainly 6 factors. One is ICT-based promotional activity, the activities that is being taken by the business sector. And the mediating factors are branding, positioning, cost effectiveness, and customer satisfaction. And that will give an output of effectiveness of e-business. So just in one line, I want to explain the terms like branding. This is a process where a business makes itself known to the public and differentiates itself from companies, competitor companies, with design, symbol, color, etc., so that people can connect with the company. And positioning, by the word positioning, we mean that the ability to influence consumers' perception regarding a particular brand or regarding a particular product, which will relate to the which will be different from the competitors. And cost effectiveness is, that is, the production cost will be minimized without compromising with the quality. And customer satisfaction, so we know that this is a measurement that determines how happy will be the customer whenever they are adopting the products or services. Okay, so next one is the research methodology. We used a structured questionnaire over here to collect the responses, and we approached 400 people for answers, but 381 only reverted back. And the study was done from February to June 2003. And we used a 5-point Likert scale, where strongly disagree means 1 and strongly agree means 5. So we used here exploratory factor analysis, confirmatory factor analysis, and SEM, that is structure equation modeling, to establish our hypothesis. And exploratory factor analysis was used to just validate the questionnaire, whatever we have considered, all the variables, all the items, whatever we could pick up from the questions, from the responses, and that we clustered under some factors. We found it out like that, and we validated it as well as with the past literature also. And for doing this one, we used SPSS 28 and AMOS 28 softwares. So this is a KMO and Bartlett's test. So we can see that the KMO is indicating 0.783, which is suitable, that the factor analysis is suitable for this study. And Bartlett's test, it is actually explaining that the variables which are associated with the factor that I told earlier, that we are doing a clustering of variables under a particular factor. So that is also valid in 1% significant level. This is our exploratory factor analysis, a rotated component matrix that we can see. So here all the factor loadings, that is, you can see that this is above 0.5. All the factor loadings, we can see that that is above 0.5. So the convergent and discriminant validity is proved over here. And another thing is that from rotated component matrix, we can identify the 6 factors. We can see that promotional activities, branding, positioning, cost effectiveness, customer satisfaction, effectiveness of e-business. These 6 vectors we identified over there. And these are explained in total 81.72%. That we can see over here, 81.72%. And the identifying factors, we have taken a Cronchback alpha value, which is more than 0.70. So good reliability is being established. We can see Cronchback alpha values all are greater than 0.70 in the last row of the table. So after this, we will check the goodness of fit of the structural model. Here we can consider that this model is within the threshold value that we can see. The Ramza is within the threshold value. The structural model value is 0.44 and the acceptable threshold value is 0.06. So we can see that all are within the threshold value. So the model is good fit. Now, this is a path analysis where we have checked all the hypotheses that we have met, and the regression estimates are showing, that is the beta values, those are showing, and all are supported. That also we can see that within the 99% and level, we can see that all the hypotheses are accepted. Now, after
Sorry for
doing all
the
this, yes,
sorry for
yes.
the interruption, ma'am, but please conclude your presentation as we have
Yes,
only
yes,
one
yes.
minute remaining.
Yes, yes. We can see that cost effectiveness, the beta value of cost effectiveness is very high, 0.319 and 0.347. So this is one of the major part why we are considering. So I'm just skipping the discussion slide because as I'm going out of time, the implications I would like to tell you that the theoretical implications is, although there are much more studies, but we have shown over here that the positive impact of ICT over cost effectiveness, and we have emphasized on customer satisfaction as well, and we also considered the brand value, which will, we believe that will definitely make a value addition in the theoretical studies. And for the managerial contribution, you can say that manager, they can explore actually the social media and digital platform to identify the key reasons of customer satisfaction. They can also utilize this to reach more potential customers, as there is no geographical boundary. So in conclusion, we can say that the advantages, ICT promotional advantages for e-business can be fetched through branding, positioning, cost effectiveness, and customer satisfaction. Those are the main factors of a study. And the study revealed that the cost effectiveness, which had the highest regression value, highest regression beta value, the cost effectiveness and branding, these are the most crucial parameters, because branding was the next one. That is what we have seen over here. You can see that after 0.918, branding and effectiveness of e-business, that is showing a 0.361 beta value. In 1% and 5% significance level, we have studied. So thank you so much for your patience hearing. Hello.
I will request Sachin sir to begin the question answer session for the next 2 minutes.
Dear author, can you please repeat your hypothesis? Can you please go to the hypothesis slide?
Yeah, ma'am.
Can you please elaborate once again?
Yeah, sure. Actually, whatever we are considering, that this ICT-based promotional activities, we have considered the factors, main factors of the business, which factors are being, affected more by the ICT-based promotional activity. These four factors are: one is branding, another one is positioning, another one is cost effectiveness, and the last one is customer satisfaction. So these ICT based is, we can see that this 0.176, 0.287, these are actually the regression parameter, how it is affecting. So all you can see that all are positive, so they are positively impacting. ICT is positively impacting the branding, positioning, cost effectiveness, and customer satisfaction. Now, again, the output was effectiveness of e-business, how effective ICT is to make a significant impact on e-business. So branding, you can see that branding, positioning, cost effectiveness, and customer satisfactions all have a positive impact, whatever was stated in the hypothesis, that all are significant. But among these, two are most significant. One is branding, 0.361 is the regression parameter, the beta value, And the cost effectiveness, you can see that is 0.347. That is the industry, why they will adapt, why they are adapting the ICT, because they can establish the brand, which will create a long-term impression in the customer's mind. They will identify the brand, and if they are identify the brand, if they are getting attached with the brand, so definitely they will be the repeat customers, which will enhance the business growth. Another one is cost effectiveness. This is very cost effective. Why? Because no infrastructure is required actually. And this is not only gainful for the industries, this is gainful for the consumers as well, because they can access the online store whenever as per their convenience. They need not to travel over there, so they can save money. Okay, so they can shop from home, or they can shop in their comfortable hours. So this is beneficial, cost effective for both end, for the industry as well as for the consumers, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Ish, please moving ahead with the next presentation.
Okay.
So just a minute. Moving forward with the paper, now I would like to call Yashwantara Shridi to present her paper on encryption plus watermarking, a duo approach for secure image communication in transformed domain. You may please start your presentation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yes. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Yashwant Trusty from Sastra University. I'm here to represent my team. Our work title is Encryption plus Watermarking, a duo approach for secure image communication in transform domain. Let me start with the main objective of our work. The main objective is to develop a hybrid encryption watermarking technique for secure image communication and to implement Rubik's Cube based encryption for achieving confidentiality, and also to utilize Gubera column as a magic square for randomization for confusion, and to validate the proposed scheme using sorry various standards like NPCR, USCI, MSC, PSNR. And before getting into the proposed methodology, let me give you a brief introduction. In this era of digital communication, digital images are very prone to piracy, content copying, and manipulations. Hence, we are in need for innovative safeguarding strategies like transform domain watermarking. The various applications of this transform domain watermarking are DRM, digital rights management, financial transaction, supply chain security, authentication, tamper detection, and medical imaging. To be precise, our primary goal is to prevent image degradation, and this objective is achieved through a hybrid approach integrating encryption and watermarking techniques. Coming to the proposed methodology, the algorithm has been implemented in two phases. The first phase is for two-layer security, and the second phase of security is implemented in transform domain. The first layer of security comprises of slicing and rotating the secret image and also bit manipulations. The second layer of security is done in transform domain to dislocate the imaginary components using random face mapping with the reference of magic square, that is Gubera column. The second phase of the proposed algorithm is reversible embedding, where the secret image is embedded in the HH band of the cover image. And lastly, the reverse process is done to recover the cover and the secret image. Let me elaborate the encryption process by using this block diagram. Uh, Here, the input secret image is sliced into three parts, both in row and column wise, and are rotated using a Rubik's Cube logic. The resultant image is segmented into bit planes and it is circular shifted. Now, FFT is taken for the spatial domain image. Fourier coefficients of this real and imaginary components are dislocated using random face mapping with the reference of magic square. Here, the resultant encrypted image is confused and diffused indirectly as we change the face component of the image. The second phase of the proposed algorithm is reversible embedding. Here, DWT is applied to cover the image to the cover image, which results in four subbands, namely LH, HL, and HH subband. The magnitude of the encrypted image is multiplied with a constant, and this encrypted image is embedded into the HH subband of the cover image. And IWT is applied to this resultant image to convert it back to the spatial domain. The encrypted image is recovered from the watermarked image, and the cover image is recovered from the LL subband of the cover image. Coming to the results and discussion, as you can see, this is our cover image. This is our input image. It is one of the buildings of our Sastra University. And we are going to hide this input image into this cover image. As you can see, this is the watermark image, and this is the result after slicing and rotating. And this is the image after we got after the encryption process. And this is the cover image in which the watermarked image is hidden. So the encryption and watermarking process are analyzed through various standard matrices like differential, error metric analysis, and also statistic analysis. The results of differential and error metric are given here. NPCR and USA comes under differential analysis, and MSc and PSNR comes under uh, the error metric analysis. NPCR is uh, NPCR is the number of changing pixels and the rate intensity, and intensity changes between ciphertext and the images. Yeah, NPCR should be high for a good encryption process. As you can see, it is more than 99%, and USA should be around 33% for a good encryption process, and it is also around 33. And MSc and PSNR, PSNR is an inverse of MSc. MSc should be really high. MSc indicates how noisy the image is. MSc should be really high. As you can see, it is very high, and NPCR is the reciprocal of MSc. So PSNR is very low as expected. And coming to the statistical analysis, correlation should be nearly zero. As you can see, the results are near to zero, and entropy should be around in the scale of 0 to 8. Entropy is around 7.7, which is very good actually for an encrypted process. And these two tables, the before two tables, are the evidences to prove that the work is efficient. And this table here, this table confirms the reversibility of the proposed method. From the PSNR value, it is evident that the reversed, the recovered image has a PSNR which is very MSC, which is very low. For a recovered image, MSC should be very less. That is, the noise should be very less. As you can see, it is very, very less. And extracting the secret image can be done in any of the bands, LL, LH, HL, and HH bands. So finally, to conclude the presentation, I would like to emphasize that the original image could be precisely restored after extraction, enabling watermark recovery without sacrificing visual quality. And additionally, the use of double encryption strengthened the watermarking system security by adding another line of defense against unauthorized access and extraction. In future, the proposed algorithm will be implemented in FPGA hardware because FPGAs are suitable for pipeline designs, which allows multiple data to be processed simultaneously. And also, this approach will reduce the time complexity even more. Thank you.
I request Session Chair to begin the question answer session for next 2 minutes. Thank
Yes,
you.
Ayush. Yes, Ayush, actually, Dr. Amar sir is here, and maybe he have some question about this presentation. And first of all, uh, sir, welcome to this session.
Yes. Thank you very much for providing opportunity. So can you please go to the first slide and hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Ayush.
Yes, sir, you are
Yes,
visible.
sir. Hi, sir.
Uh,
Yes,
Yashwantara, please go to slide one.
slide one. Okay.
Is the objective or
Object.
the introduction?
Okay. Hybrid encryption. What is okay. So what is mean by hybrid encryption, Ayush?
Sir, actually,
Sir, it is we
Yashwantara
are
is presenting paper. Uh, I'm the basically moderator of this presentation.
Okay. Sorry. Uh, Author, can you please tell
yes, sir.
about hybrid encryption?
Yes, sir. Here we are doing encryption as well as watermarking. Hence, we are calling it as hybrid encryption and watermarking
Ne-
technique.
Okay. Whether it's a combination of symmetric and asymmetric encryption.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How this is applied? How this technique is applied to image?
Yes, sir. We are doing first the encryption process, and then we are doing encryption process by Rubik's cube implementation. We are slicing the images into three row wise and three column wise, and then we are increment circulating it in bit plane, and this encrypted image is hidden into a cover image. In cover
Okay.
image, we are applying DWT. By applying DWT, the image get divided into four subbands, in which we are hiding the image in HH subband.
Okay. Have you done security analysis of
Yes,
this?
sir. I have done.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you please go to the slide where the security analysis?
Yes.
Okay. Now, whether this encryption algorithm is breakable, have you proved that?
No, sir. No, sir. It is yeah, the NPCR value is almost greater than 99 percentage, and also USA is around 33, which is also very good. And the MSC is also the noise. The encrypted image is the encrypted images noise is also very great. So it tells us that the encryption process is very efficient. So it is not breakable.
Okay. You can go to the next slide, please. Go to the next slide.
Yes,
Results,
sir.
robustness. What is mean by robustness in this case?
In this case, the recovered image, this table tells us the recovered image. The recovered image should be as similar as our input image, sir. After recovering it, it should be as similar as the original image. So MSC and PSNR MSC is very low. The noise is very low in the recovered image, which tells us the image is recovered like the original.
What is the unit for it?
Yeah.
Unit for
Yeah. This is the
PSNR,
secret.
MSE.
Yes, sir.
Unit.
This is the secret. Okay.
Okay,
This
please.
is the secret. This is the secret image, and this is the cover image. We are going to hide this image into this HS band of this.
Okay. Okay, good.
So here the encryption process is shown, sir.
Okay. Okay. No problem. And uh, what is the error rate you are showing? Error rate. Are you getting original image clear? Okay, 99.34.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Yashwantara.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Moving next, now I would like to call Abhishek S. to present his paper on fortifying web application, advanced XSS and SQLI payload constructor for enhanced security. You may please start your presentation. Moving forward, now I would like to call Diana Pavlova to present her paper on human factor and use of the surgical guide in dentistry, the real practice example. You may please start your presentation. Moving forward, now I would like to call Pramila S. to present her paper on integrating AI tools into HRM to promote green HRM practices. You may please start your presentation.
Yeah, this is just now the side. I'll be presenting the paper on behalf of the team. I hope that's fine.
Okay. You may
Sure,
please start your presentation.
sure, just a second. Uh, I hope it's visible.
Yes, it's visible.
So the topic is integrating AI tools into HRM to promote green HRM practices. So the basic concept is that green HRM manifests an organization's commitment to sustainability. So where HR practices, policies, and practices um, are designed to not only enhance employees' well-being but also to reduce the environmental footprint of its operations. So to fulfill their sustainability objectives and to meet the expectations of organizational stakeholders, both internally and externally, companies are increasingly turning to AI. So incorporating AI tools into HRM practices presents a novel dimension of optimization and innovation, enabling organizations to harness data-driven insights, predictive analysis, and automation to achieve their sustainability objectives. So, as per the recent literature reviews, the papers highlights the importance of integrating the concept of sustainability within HR practices. So, it also highlights that green HRM fosters an environmentally conscious behavior and culture, both at organizational and individual levels. So, the integration of AI tools into HRM process presents an exceptional scope to achieve this target, underlining the tenets of green HRM. So while the technologies undoubtedly enhance the efficiencies, it also highlights the importance of human touch, which will remain indispensable for achieving the success of an organization. So the main objective of this paper is to understand how AI tools supports various green factors of green HRM and to explore some real world examples of AI powered tools in HRM and what are the challenges that faced by the organizations while they try and implement the AI powered tools in HRM. So the methodology is basically secondary um, resources we have used. So we have analyzed academic databases, industry reports, and organizational publications to understand the tools and the importance. When we talk about integrating the AI tools into the various factors of green HRM, we have different factors set. That is the first when if we talk about is green recruitment. So if the organizations are using so nowadays the organizations are using internet facilities to drive major green practices, so which include online interviews, company websites, job portals, video conferencing methods, etc. So the utilization of AI in HRM is helping them to mitigate the influence of subjective factors like nepotism and favoritism in employee recruitment and selection as well. So these resumes that submitted electronically as submitted electronically, and the communications take place via email and telephone. So this enables the organization to minimize the waste that is associated with the printing and mailing of hard copies of resume. So if we talk about the next factor, that is green selection. So green selection means hiring those employees who are well informed about the environmental practices. So by deploying AI's analytical expertise, and organizations can easily identify individuals who align with their environmental goals and process the necessary skills and eco-conscious values. So AI-driven algorithms sift through the resumes and online profiles and identify candidates with relevant experience in environmentally friendly sectors. So when we talk about the next factor, that is green performance management. So this appraises employees' environment-friendly behavior concerning the organizational policies and strategies. So through AI-powered analytics, companies can monitor and access ecological indicators, resource consumption, and carbon emissions in real time. So these AI-driven analytics highlights the trends and identifies areas for improvement and guiding strategic decisions to enhance sustainability efforts. Coming to the next factor, that is green compensation management, there is rewarding the employees for their best practices. So AI's analytical capabilities allow organizations to quantitatively assess employees' various eco actions, such as their efforts in reducing carbon footprints, resource utilization, embracing eco-friendly practices. So by objectively measuring these contributions, AI facilitates fair and transparent compensation structure that aligns with the environmental goals. So coming to the discipline management, like as in it's important to recognize an employee's good actions. It is also very important to stop them when they are not acting in accordance with the rules and regulations of an organization. So by analyzing data patterns, AI can identify potential violations and deviations. So this can promote timely corrective actions. And the next and the main important topic, if we say, is the green employee relations or retention. So AI-driven insights enable organization to personalize retention strategies by recognizing employees who actively contribute to sustainable efforts. So this enables tailored retention plans that encompasses eco-friendly perks and skill development and recognition for sustainability contribution, thereby reducing the company's cost with regards to turnover. So what are so the real life examples of AI driven tools that are in place are like one is Pymetrics, which is used by Unilever. So this is an automated screening system that is designed to identify candidates who exhibits attributes such as systematic thinking, resilience, business acumen through analysis of behavioral cues. So the interviews are conducted online, thereby reducing the paper usage and everything, which contributes to economic sustainability. And the other tool that here we have is PayScale. So PayScale empowers organizations to accurately determine job pricing, shape compensation strategies, and furnish executives with precise information swiftly and mitigating the risk of errors. So this is used by Arrow. So this compensation management platform provides real-time salary data and market insights. So this eliminates the need for extensive research or paper-based benchmarking, reducing resource consumption and it also promotes data-driven decision making. So other tools that are discussed in the paper are Peacon, which is used by Capgemini, Glint, which is used by LinkedIn, Coursera for Business, that is used by IBM, HireVue by Microsoft, and Degree by Airbnb. So if we talk about the challenges of using this AI-driven HR tools, that when it comes is the first one that comes to mind is a resistance to change. So any implementation of new tools disrupts the existing process. So this will lead to resistance from employee side, as they may be sometimes required to change the way they function. And second is the loss of human touch. So excessive dependence on AI-driven tools can lead to a disconnection from human aspect of the HR process. Data privacy and security is basically AI-powered HR tools generally require access to sensitive employee data, including health records, personal information, etc. And this could raise a serious concern about the security and confidentiality of the data when these days companies are really concerned about the privacy of data. High cost and lack of skills, we do require a good skilled human resource to actually drive these AI-driven tools, and developing and implementing and maintaining this AI-driven tools is irreversible decision because it will involve a huge cost. And the last part would be the data availability and quality. So AI-driven decisions largely rely on the data set that they are trained on. So any outdated or inaccurate or incomplete data can adversely affect the performance of these tools. So coming to the conclusion part, so the integration of AI tools into HRM presents a driving force in promoting green HRM practices. So the combination of technology and sustainability enables efficient utilization and allocation of resources, so minimizing wastage, thereby streamlining the process. So AI also endorses the adoption of eco-friendly policies, which in turn helps the employee to enhance their green knowledge and actively contribute towards the green objectives. So this will not only benefit the organization in terms of cost saving, but will also contribute to the culture of sustainability, positioning them as a diligent leader in the rapidly changing world. So that's it. Thank you.
I request session chair to begin the question answer session.
Okay, thank you very much for presentation. So which AI tools you are talking about?
So the tools are Pymetrics. Then we have PayScale. I've just explained two here, but in the paper I have explored more like Peacon, Glint, Coursera for Business. So Coursera for Business is basically a platform wherein the employees can access their training materials, which helps them to access those trainings within the comfort of their house, so they need not travel to the organization, so thereby they are saving the cost, like reducing the
How 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 it
sorry.
is, how it is reducing the price?
So for example, if we talk about the Coursera for Business, that is an online platform which helps the employees to access trainings from the comfort of their house. So these are basically pre-recorded sessions. So the employees need not travel. So they are saving time. So they are not using their vehicles to travel from their place to the office
What
to
is the
attend.
role of AI in it? What is the role of AI in it?
So this platform is developed because of AI, right? So the AI is indirectly helping the organizations in achieving the
What AI algorithms are going to be used here?
so this just touches the theory part, not much aware about those algorithms and things.
Although you are saying this is an AI platform, but what AI things are embedded in the
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
What is your paper ID? Can you please repeat?
318.
318. Okay, thank you very much.
Moving forward, now I would like to call Pradanya to present her paper on sensing methodologies in hydroponics for optimal growth and nutrient monitoring. You may please start your presentation.
Screen sharing is not, yeah. Just give me a minute. So is it visible to everyone and am I audible to everyone?
Visible.
Yes, you are audible and your screen
Yes.
is also visible.
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning to all of you. My topic is sensing methodologies in hydroponics for optimal growth and nutrient monitoring. Myself, Prajna Kulkarni, and the other authors are Professor Dr. Vinaya Gohokar and Mr. Kunal Kulkarni. So these are the contents: introduction, literature review, research gap that I found, objective of study, methodology, results, conclusion, and some references. So before moving ahead, I would like to introduce you what is IoT-based hydroponic farming. If you see this image, you can see there are 4 different areas: crop care, water management, sensor network, and nutrient supply. So all this is controlled. What is exactly happening in IoT-based hydroponic farming? This is basically a kind of smart farming. We know the traditional farming methods Now, as a part of industrial revolution, agriculture production, the IoT smart farming is getting settled slowly in India. What it focuses is you can sense the various nutrient parameters in the farm. You can sense the water level, you can check the health of your crop, you can check the nutrient supply, and using all these, uh, sitting at your home using sensors, using all this data, you can control your farm from the remote place. So this is all about IoT based hydroponic farming. So according to the Food and Agriculture Organization, we can see that the world population will increase to till 9 billion till 2050, and 75% of the population will be in urban settlements. So arable land is getting decreased, urban requirements are getting increased, and this is all the focus, the motivation behind the IoT based smart farming. So with this context, hydroponics is getting more and more in demand because it requires a lesser soil, lesser space. I mean, it is a soilless farming actually. It requires a lesser space and requires lesser water amount, so irrigation management becomes easier. So it is very effective on large scale actually, and I'm focusing on very small scale, a balcony area. There are still challenges in implementing this technique on small scale because of many other constraints in the urban area. We'll go ahead with this. So, in contrast with the unecological ways of nowadays open field agriculture, where we face untimely rain and all the other climate changes, hydroponics stands out as a appropriate and the very important thing, a sustainable alternative for urban and peri-urban settlements. So again, this work I'm trying to contribute for the SDG, Sustainable Development Growth 11. So that's the agenda for 2030, United Nations Agenda for Sustainable Development. So if we see over here, we can see SDG 11, and the main focus is end the hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition. It's not just the food; it should be a nutritious, healthy food. It should be sustainable, and it's a human right to get adequate food with the international cooperation. So going ahead with the literature survey, I have just mentioned 14 references over here, but I have referred more. We can see here there are many reviews and many the original research articles which are using Internet of Things in agriculture, in the greenhouse, automation, and so many other things. So these are all the papers, and what they are focusing is actually agriculture is not the main focus. What they are focusing is IoT. It means whatever you are sensing using different sensors from your field, you are transferring this data using wireless sensing like Sigfox. You can use 2G, you can use 4G. I'm just coming ahead with this. So it's majorly done in big polyhouses. Being at initial stage in India, researchers are experimenting with the variety of plants like leafy vegetables, fruit vegetables, and so on. Green harvest, that the proposed work, it would provide a solution that requires a lesser space. Even a balcony area can be used. So the setups are available, but automation is still in the experimentation phase. Normally, farmers or the beginners, they have to go manually to their field and monitor the crops. So what Green Harvest is proposing is it will provide the automation in the system where no one has to go to the field and water the plants, check the nutrition. Sitting at home, sitting remotely, they can turn on the nutrition supply system. They can balance the pH, TDS, so on. These are 6 methods: weak culture, deep water culture, food and rain or EBB and flow, drip hydroponic, nutrient film technique, and aeroponic. This is a diagrammatic representation, and I have taken some images from Barton Breeze. This is a big polyhouse. This is for vertical NFT. This is aeroponic. This is horizontal NFT. NFT is nutrient film technique. I will come up with that. This is indoor growth system using bars. This is deep water culture where your plant roots are dipped in the water and you control the nutrient over there. This is a Dutch bucket grow system. This is the zip grow system. If you see over there, it looks like a zip structure. So it's a zip grow system. Now, this is what we are focusing on. It's a microcontroller, and we are using pH sensor, TDS and EC sensor, electrical conductivity, and total dissolved solid sensor. Air temperature and humidity sensor, water temperature sensor, a sensor is used. Light intensity or a lux meter is used. This is used in a hydroponic setup. Then there will be a display, there will be a water pump. All this data will be sensed and transferred using microcontroller. Now, currently, we are using ESP32. It has built-in Wi-Fi module. So all this data will be given to the cloud server. On the cloud, there will be a combination of database. If you can mobile, that's a future scope for my paper. That's a mobile app, that's an application layer. So we can see here various network layers. First is a physical layer, which actually has the boards and sensors. Next is transmission layer for data transfer. Next is data processing layer, and next is application layer. These are various sensors: IoT pH meter, TDS sensor. Now, how to select the proper meter? This is a comparison DHT 1122. LM35. These are all temperature sensors, and above from that I have focused DHT 22. Then these are the different technologies. After taking the review, we come up with the result that we can use ultra short range, and so on. Right now, the urban area is getting the 5G network, so we can work on the 5G networks also. We can use the 5G protocol also. This is the proposed setup. It's at my home. You can see here it's a half A-shaped size. Number of planters, this is all decided using the dimension of my balcony. So number of planters is number of channels multiplied by number of openings in each channel. Each hole that you can see is called as an opening, and that's why it's a 42 planter setup. So this is a setup for pH meter and ESP web server. You can see over here, this is developed, the result is seen on the mobile screen, and this is Arduino, ESP32 Arduino development IDE. So these are some values for week 1. The TDS values were lesser, and for further, if you see from reading number 9 to 20, I have just taken 20 readings. Further values are from 110 to 815, where your plant gets set with that. Initially, you need a lesser TDS, and then when the plant starts growing after germination, you need some higher TDS. For hydroponics, normally green leaves or greens require around 800 TDS. These are the results that we got on the ThinkSpeak server as a dashboard. And these are some advantages. It requires lesser land. It is a
Pradanya,
soil-less farming. Yes.
I apologize for the interruption, but please kindly consider concluding your presentation
Yes.
as we have
So
only 1 minute left.
yes, so these are all the advantages, and farmers are very much used to traditional methods. So the technical concerns are installing sensors carefully, installing the board carefully, making it lesser complex, return on investment as the initial cost is high, and what limitations are like leakage in the pipes. There is nutrition deficiency and toxicity, infestation. So all these things must be considered. But at the end, we can see controlled environment agriculture. It's a CEA, and after some more initial time, we can go ahead with the successful implementation. So concluding, we can say that the successful setup and automation, it is very useful and it is very essential in terms of SDG. So these are some references. I have again mentioned only 21 references over here, where the last these 4 are the success stories in India. First is from SIDAC, then Aqua Farms, then Agri Farming, and then EKI is from IIT guys. These 4 I have gone through using internet, and that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
I request Session Chair to begin the question answer session.
From my side, Ayush, I have no question. So moving forward,
Moving.
next presentation.
Thank you.
Moving forward with the presentation, now I would like to call Reena Linka to present her paper on synergistic campus placement app linking industry and academia. You may please start your presentation.
Yeah, good morning all. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, just give me a second. Let me share my screen. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So today my presentation is on synergistic campus placement app, which is linking industry and academia. Authors are me, that is Dr. Reena Lenka, and Dr. Ankita Bhatia. Both of us are from Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies. So I'll start with the introduction. Now, in the recent time, what has happened is the campus placement has taken a kind of a different turn. So after COVID, what has happened? People, they are not that much interested in visiting campus and recruiting, because that is also creating a lot of problem in terms of financial and all those stuff. So what they're doing is more it has now almost become a trend where mostly many companies, they love to go for online kind of a campus recruitment, and this is actually helping them in regards to financial aspect, as well as they are getting a very huge pool base of candidates at the same time, and they have a lot of choice. This is also helping other people, I mean the candidates also, because they have a better choice in terms of which company they would be approaching. So this is based on this app has been designed, which is actually connecting the students as well as the corporate side to come together. And in this, it is helping them in recruiting the best person and in a short span of time. So few literature review I have done here. I have mentioned few, but I have done more also. So in this, what I have gone through is that in the literature review, they have this concept, but no one is connecting student and corporate at the same time. So my study is on that, where I have developed that app, proposed the model and the app, where the student database and the corporate coming together, and it becomes a pool kind of thing, where the corporate are able to pull out the right kind of candidates what they want, and they are interviewing the candidates, and the candidates are also getting a better view of which have a better choice of which corporate they would be ready to go for the interview. And this saves time from both the end. And in this regard, what is happening is students are also getting benefit and corporates are also getting benefit. Now, the uses of the app are mainly, if you're taking the institutes, mainly it is helping for recruitment, effective recruitment. Then it is also helping for summer internship and live projects as well. Because in institutes, summer internship is again a big thing, and live projects, like students learn so much. But getting a live project and summer internship, it also creates a lot of pressure on the placement department as well. So through this app, what is happening is everyone is getting a better chance to go for better companies and better internships, and this is helping the students to learn a lot, and companies also getting benefit by getting better candidates. Now, the benefits of the app are, it is a faster recruitment process, because by the click of the button, and you are getting access to everything. You are getting a knowledge of the students, you are getting knowledge of the candidates what you would be recruiting, and even students are also getting a better chance to think which company they would be joining, and they're also getting a dream job of their own, right? Then it is also helping the HR in processing the interview from a remote location as well, because if you're going for a campus recruitment, you have to travel from one place to another. So in this thing, what happens is time and money is also being the concern. But if it is from a remote location also, like HR can take interviews of so many candidates from different parts of the of India, even different parts of the world as well. So getting the right fit becomes very, very easy, and the process is very, very faster. The entire process is online, so there's no need to travel or accommodate or place for rent. The entire process is again recorded, so there is no kind of malpractice, because whatever recording is being done, what kind of interview has been done, which candidate has been selected, what kind of process has been implemented in selection, everything is recorded. So it becomes a report, it's a foolproof proof that these are the processes which has been done, and there is no space for malpractice as well. So this is the proposed model, which is a placement app. So here I have done this. It's a student database where it is divided into three parts. One is the profile of the students, the uploads of the documents, and the mobile verification of the student, of course. In profile, name, photograph, which department they belong, what kind of highest degree they have. And in uploads, we have the latest resume of the students, which would be uploaded, and certificates connecting to the resumes, if any other extra things they have done or whatever certificates they have. And again, this is done through a mobile verification, where again the student gets the intimation that their database has been used, and the company also gets a kind of a intimation. Now, the second part is the profile matching, where it is for the industry or company database, where there are three categories again. In this category, it is related three things. One is the category, HR team, and the openings. In this category, what kind of job the company is offering, like the software, core, management, other technical posts. In case of HR team, HR is doing the resume screening, shortlisting candidate, because everything is coming on your phone, and they are scheduling the interview. If the candidates are shortlisted, then they're allotting the interviewer, and then the post-interview screening is being done. So all these things are happening like continuously. Then the openings related to the information regarding the job, like the job role, job responsibility, job location, package. So this gives a clarity to both the students and the company, that what kind of student they want or candidate what they want, and the candidate also getting a kind of a clarity, like what kind of job they have been offered, job responsibilities, location, package, and everything. So this is a kind of a working model of the developed application. So this I'll just zoom in. So here there are few stages. Here login is there. Then now when the new candidate is logging in, it is getting verified, and once it is verified, it is getting registered. And here we have this verification process. If it is it can be verified or unverified. Now, if it is verified, then the candidate profile is being verified, and from there, admin can access all the data. Just give me a second. Yeah, admin can access all the data. Access is being with the admin. Then here they're getting information regarding the job, post-job opening of the candidate is getting. Here the verified user is also having this candidate data can be viewed because the user is verified. This is the verification process with the admin HR login and all this. Then the pre-program processor where data is stored, and from the data stored, this pre-programs processor is getting. Then here is the validation process. Not valid, so it is not selected. If valid, they are scheduled for interview. So there are few steps. Just give me a second.
I apologize for the interruption, but
Yeah.
please conclude your session.
Okay, fine. Right. So like I said, so there are the various steps where the HR is actually logging in, and then the official job application and opening are there on the server, and then a mobile notification is being sent to the registered candidates that this is the thing. Then candidates, they logins with this ID, and they're applying for the job openings. Then the candidates also is updating the resume. Then the candidates is applying after the deadline. They can also apply. If it is not accepted also, like they'll get an intimation. Then the company goes through the profile, and then if it is selected, and then everything in place, and then they're getting an interview call, and the candidates are getting interviewed. And then there is a kind of an updation weekly where candidates resume are being uploaded and upgraded, as well as the companies are also doing the uploading of new jobs and all this. So these are the kind of things which this app would be doing. To conclude, I can say this is a kind of a win-win situation for both the students and the companies, where company is not have to search for students, and students will not search for jobs, and the institute is also getting a benefit by not thinking like which company would be coming. They can click on the app, and they can get the details of the company, and the students can be sent for the interview, and this is how the process is. So this is a kind of a app which is helpful for everyone. So thank you so much for giving me the time.
Is it being used currently? I was session chair.
Yes, sir.
Is it being used currently? in the institute?
Sir, this thing is like this. I'm like, we are getting it this prototype is being made now. So it is on the processor of being completed. So
Okay. Okay. So how will you install this? Where you will install this? Have you thought about it?
yes, sir. So this would be more or less like a subscription based, sir. So where students and the corporate, they would be subscribing for 100 rupees for students and 200 rupees for the for the companies. So they would be having the entire database of the students, and the students would be also having the numbers of the job profile, the requirement of the company. So there would be it would be locked till three companies they would be getting at the time. So this way the process would be going on, sir. So this can be, this I have thought about the mobile app, this can be also used as a web-based also.
Okay. What about security aspects?
Yeah, security, sir, the admin would be having the entire thing with them. So they would be taking care of the security thing.
That is for login name, password.
Yes, sir.
What-
Login, password, and each candidate would be having an individual ID and password.
What
Companies
about
would be.
communication? The communication may be tapped by the attacker. Have you thought whether it can be a secure one?
Sir, see, when we're having an individual ID and password, so definitely there would be a kind of a security, and it would be through our institute thing. So institute also has a security system, sir. So all these things are there. So it won't be that much where the, like there would be an online fraud or anything. And also the company would be given their individual ID and password. So they would be also tracking from there.
Okay. There should be a block diagram indicating the functionality of this app.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. So that diagram is there because I didn't put it here because of the time and, like 8 minutes and all those.
Okay,
So
okay.
that is there in my this thing,
Okay.
paper.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Moving towards the last presentation, now I would like to call Vanishri Prabhakar to present her paper on an IoT wearable devices for women's safety. You may please start your presentation.
Right. Can you please confirm if it is visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. So the introduction, the topic is an IoT wearable device for women's safety. I'm Dr. Vanishri Pavalkar. With me is the co-author, Dr. Ruby Chanda. We are from Symbiosis International University. The layout of the presentation is introduction, prelude to the topic, LR literature review, objectives, methods, conclusion, and references. So when we talk about Internet of Things or IoT, which is talking about the different technologies like AI, AR, blockchain, or edge computing, cyber physical systems, etc., where smart wearable devices or the devices which one can actually use onto their body is what I'm talking about, wearable devices. These can be, having a lot of influence, and these can be developed to a very great extent to ensure women's safety. So that's the entire crux of this paper. When we are talking about AI, IoT, which have become very handy and they can track each and every activity. For example, we talk about a smart car or a smart band or voice devices like Alexa, etc. So this study aims to propose the tools and devices that can be used for women. So we are talking about the device that will notify and send alerts as and when there's a threat to a woman who is individually or otherwise traveling, and there's a threat. So what happens in that scenario? How can this wearable device be of use to that woman to ensure that there is 100% safety? We are talking about that. The safety and concerns, these have been a perennial problem in our society. We've seen a number of incidents happening, and that's the reason why that motivated us to ensure that to have a wonderful device that will be used to have the safety of a woman. So we are talking about wearable technology, which has gained a lot of significance in the recent past. biometric system. Like, for example, when we walk into the office every day, we have a biometric system which will use our fingerprint or the eye scanning, either of them, or the ID card, let's say, and they'll extract the information. That information is stored in the database. So each time when I scan or when I put my fingerprint there, it's going to create a template which will compare this with the current database. That's how it works. For example, air conditioners that decide the right temperature that is required, and which is again, when we are talking about other devices like smart cars that provide the shortest route using the Google Maps, etc. So IoT, when we are talking about, it is a giant network that connects to different devices. These devices gather data by the way they are operated in a given environment. This is done by sensors that are embedded in a physical device like mobile, electrical appliances, barcodes connected to traffic lights. These sensors emit data on working devices. How do they share this data? How can one benefit from this data? Is a billion-dollar question. When we talk about literature review, there are many studies that have been conducted. Few key ones are the ones that have been included here. For example, the smart devices that are connected to the internet have been growing massively through this IoT. And we are talking about human force and human force, technology-driven human force, which is driven by technology. IoT, which has evolved and it is embedded in the concept of IoT. Sorry?
अरे नहीं.
Hello, am I audible? Is there?
Please continue.
Yeah. Other than that, the pandemic led to tremendous revolution in the technology and was used to the optimum during this time. There was tremendous impact on the IoT wearable devices. So this was the peak time when there were multiple devices that came in because of considering many aspects like the advent of technology, advent of IoT, advent of AI, blockchain, etc. Moving further, objectives. Propose an IoT-enabled device that can be used for women's safety. IoT-enabled wearable device that should ensure the safety to the fullest with one click, just one single click, and that should be ready. So when we're talking about the security systems, we're talking about DOS, DDoS, unauthorized access, and information disclosure. So denial of service, first and foremost, when we talk about an attacker on the server, let's say, for example, is sending some garbage requests on a regular basis. This is when the server gets hanged, when we see what happened even today with my presentation. Let's say, for example, no, not that it was a server problem, but some technical glitch there. So at the same time, if a valid user is also sending a request, the server denies the service attack and the server gets down. Besides this, when we talk about distributed denial of device, this comprises of multiple devices, an array of network of devices, smart devices which are connected through IoT. Attacker would embed a virus and try to pass through these smart devices. So whichever smart device we are referring to, of course, the moment this file containing the virus is downloaded, the file will be infected. This is termed as infected device in that case. And multiple requests are through multiple devices towards the servers. The server or the website will be hanged. Therefore, the valid user's request is also denied, considering the threat or the attack that's happening from the invalid user. Unauthorized access, an attacker is unauthorized and server or on the server or the system. The attacker has no access to the IoT. In this case, what happens is the unauthorized way of accessing the information of IoT. So is it secured? Is the information secured? The performance gets depleted since the attacker has attacked on the information. And to avoid this and to ensure safety and security, it is important to have authorized authentication methodology in the place to secure the information. Information disclosure, sensed information is gathered and is shared. The information is saved on either on cloud or smart devices or local devices or on a common platform. The location of this platform should be completely in a safe and a secure environment where there is no data breach. Failing to which the attacker can intrude into the system, and this can disclose the confidential information of a particular individual. So when we are talking about coming to the process, we are proposing.
I apologize for the interruption, but please conclude your presentation as you have only 1 minute left.
Yeah. So we are talking about IoT-enabled device out here. We are proposing this. This device will have an anti-rip fabric. So this will be a fabric that will be a breathable one, which a woman can wear inside. And this will not cause any irritation because of the mixture of fabric, which is nylon and polyester. Fabric is made with a pull-resistant cutting chairing. It will have a lithium polymer battery, which will be the fabric will be operated through this, which IP60, where there is no air or water penetration. So compressor will be there. Air penetration, of course, to a breathable extent will be there, not beyond that is what I'm trying to say. Compressor will be programmed to run GPS tracker, speaker, camera, shock giving buttons, pin padlocks. There'll be a controlling unit. There'll be a speaker, a camera, which will tell you where exactly you are, an SD card, which will have the information, and a pin pad lock. This will lock the key system to unlock and use it regularly. So conclusion is the technology has eased lives of humans, certainly, but how can we use this to the fullest with IoT? So the activity attackers in the traditional mode to the attackers in the various domains like the infrastructure or healthcare system are the concepts that are now prevalent and becoming part and parcel of our lives. So what we are talking about is a safe and a secure environment through this device, which we are proposing. We are talking to a couple of agencies because we have a prototype which is ready in place. In case it fits in, then maybe the actual product can also be developed, of course. And these are the set of references that we had referred to. That's all from my side. Thank you.
What is the latest references you referred?
Yes, sir. We had referred all the references. We
latest
had looked at...
references.
Sorry, sir?
Latest references of the paper you have mentioned.
Yeah, we had referred to 2019, 2021. There are a couple of papers which talk about 2020, of the year 2021 also.
That is older. Currently, we'll be reaching to 2024.
Certainly. Sir, when we had 2020, 2021, 2023. Besides this, there is no study which talks about having a device yet. We referred to this and we came at the process of arriving at a prototype for this product. Because the prototype is not yet there in the market, we are proposing one. So we took inputs from these papers, certainly, and we've come up with the prototype.
I do not see what IoT devices are being used, will be using.
So when we are talking about IoT devices, we are talking about Bluetooth, infrared, RFID, NFC, for example, another software, NADIX technology. These are all the technologies that we used. And
what are the configurations for these devices?
So for the configurations, we are talking to a technical team. In this, we are talking about the design and the layout of this prototype, sir. And a couple of agencies have accepted this, but there's no final order yet. So we are in the process of talks with these agencies.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Moving towards the last presentation, I would like to call Aisha Munir Sheikh to present her paper on an energy-centric routing protocol for IoT network in 5G and beyond. You may please start your presentation.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Now, my research topic is on an energy-centric routing protocol for IoT network in 5G and beyond. Contents include introduction, justification of the research problem, review of literature, methods, performance evaluation parameters, conclusion, and references. Now, introduction. Wireless sensor network plays an important role in the promotion and growth of the IoT network. In other words, whole IoT system relies on it and data can be transmitted to distant site through internet. Smart IoT-based network with high-speed wireless communication provides various benefits to users like stability, scalability, and analytics. IoT is not a single technology. It is a convergence of heterogeneous technology, which includes RFID, networking and communication, wireless sensor networks, real-time systems, as well as cloud computing. While establishing communication between devices, energy issues in IoT networks
such as diversity of devices, energy and power constraint due to distance, noise interferences, etc. And here, managing data transmission of an overwhelming number of wireless sensor nodes is still a challenging factor in IoT system because it uses thousands of the sensors and that are made up of four components, which are processing unit, sensing unit, storage unit, and transceiver unit. Thus, low power wireless communication is essential in IoT application, and most of the research work focused towards the low profile, low power, energy efficient, and self-sustainable sensor networks in IoT. Here this figure shows the IoT scenario, including wireless sensor network, and IoT applications have a large number of wireless sensor nodes, and IoT technologies to make network energy efficient. IoT technologies include like hybrid harvesting technology, low power profile devices, energy harvesting, etc. In addition, towards the 5G technology, 5G technology needs to adopt the use of MIMO antenna system to provide improved capacity over multipath environment. And 5G networks also have features like lower latency, higher capacity, and increased bandwidth compared to conventional cellular network. Component of IoT platform includes 5 types of components. IoT application includes selection of components like sensor device, communication protocol, data storage, and computation according to its application. Next one is IoT devices include sensors, actuators, and IoT gateways, etc. And third one is IoT protocol stands for communication protocol to communicate different devices to share the information. And here communication technologies include like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, LTE, LoRa, etc. Now next one is data storage, which enables the management of collected data from the sensors. And last one is data analytics that can be performed in the form of real-time analytics. This table shows the challenges in energy, while making in the network energy efficient, IoT network making energy efficient. And here is this solution with some advantages. And the applications of IoT in various fields like smart buildings, smart grids, environmental monitoring, smart cities, etc. Justification of our research problem. We have computed 3 types of algorithm. First for the cluster head selection, and second for the energy balance viewpoint, and third for scalability viewpoint. In cluster head selection algorithm, in this algorithm, the cluster-based routing protocol divided in 2 categories: cluster head and member nodes. And based on the cluster head decide based on the parameters like residual energy and distance to its sink node. And for energy balance viewpoint, design MIMO-based clustering routing protocol in which network is divided hierarchically, which refers to hybrid network, and to balance the energy consumption among the cluster and to avoid hotspot issues. And third one is for scalability viewpoint, for better load balancing capability and lower the transmission overhead. And communication interface with low energy loss must have the highest preference. And here we will use ranking methodology for choosing proper communication interface.
I apologize for the interruption, but please conclude your session as you have only 1 minute left.
Okay, sir. This table shows the review literature which I have done during this research work. And table second shows the performance comparison in terms of parameters such as network lifetime, latency, network stability, security, average energy consumption, network throughput. methods. First is the contribution. We have proposed a MIMO-based network. In this protocol, as I have already explained, three algorithms I have proposed, and MIMO deployment in the 5G communication system. Here are some challenges, such as each form of communication has unique characteristics, such as data transfer rates, energy consumption, operation frequency, like, and data transfer in IoT devices continues to be a difficult issue. So, the main motivation here to develop energy efficient routing protocol for 5G network. And here is the overview of our algo. This divided in three algorithms. In this network framework, we have used 200 by 200 area, and we deployed 150 sensor nodes. Here is the methodology in which first we use transmission reception model, energy model, and here are some equations we used in coding. And here is our performance evaluation parameters. First is packet delivery ratio, packet drop, average energy consumption, and simulation parameters. You can see in this table. We used network coverage area, 200 meter, number of sensor node 150, and central station at the center of the coverage area. We used initial energy 1 to 2 joule, electrical energy 50 nanojoule, and free space model. For free space model, it is energy refers to 10 picojoule, and for multipath model, it refers to 0.0013. Data packet size is 500 bytes, and broadcast packet size is 25 bytes. Here are the results of our protocol. First one is the cluster number of clusters. I have compared my MIMO energy centric routing protocol with Unleash, which is refers for unequal low energy adaptive clustering method. Energy efficiency. Figure 6 shows the energy of each node, and figure 7 shows that the MIMO ECRP consume less energy per round as compared to Unleash. And figure 8 shows the network lifetime. It shows the MIMO ECRP has higher stable duration versus Unleash, because in MIMO ECRP, nodes will work until the 750 rounds, and in Unleash, it will die around 150 round. Now conclusion. This technique includes a special feature like chain with multiple communication scheme, clusters with unique communication configuration, energy consumption between cluster head, and along with choosing and establishing an appropriate communication interface. And this MIMO ECRP includes for optimize the number of transmission route, which gives minimize energy consumption. And this also provide energy cost 20 to 30% less than the previous routing protocols. And in our next work, we will implement energy harvesting unit with to improve our network energy efficiency as well as network longevity. Here are some references. Thank you.
How the energy is measured, madam?
Yes, sir.
How the energy is measured? What is the unit for it?
Energy in joule. Measures in joule.
Okay.
Yes,
How
sir.
so how much energy it will save
Uh,
after
it,
deploying this?
when it comes to cluster head consumes 20 to 30% less energy as compared to Unleash. I will show.
So what topology it uses?
In this, we design 3 algo. First for cluster at selection, second for energy balance viewpoint, and third for scalability. And it will use multiple hop communication topology.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. I sincerely thank our author for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our present participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. On behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during the 8th version and the previous 7 version of the conference. I will be happy to have you in the 9th version in 2024. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all papers have already forwarded to Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTCS 2023. Uh, I also thank our session chair, Dr. Monica Rathore and Dr. Amar for chairing this session. A token of appreciation to the chair on behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and team. Thank you for your valuable presence. I kindly request everyone to switch on your camera for a quick snapshot. Thank you so much for your valuable presence. Stay
Okay.
safe.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you so much,
Welcome, ma'am.
Aaron.